Three Up, Three Down with Greg Bedard is presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple cask matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. 3 studs, 3 duds, 3 up, 3 down. From the Patriots' loss in Miami on Sunday, Greg does it after copious film study and hours in the film room. Mazz does it from his couch. Here we go. Number one star, Greg. What do you got?
Demario Douglas. I thought he was tremendous in this game. That one-handed catch behind him was just sensational in the middle of the field. And it seems like they're starting to get something out of him. Hopefully this is a consistent thing week after week where, he's getting multiple touches in a game.
So can I just say that I do not have a number one up or a number two up? I only have 3 number threes because I don't think there was anybody in this game that was warranted of one up or 2 up. Frankly, I thought they pretty much sucked across the board. So I just want to clarify that for clarity's sake. Austin Hooper, again, when he blocked, he was horrible. But he caught what was thrown to him. He was okay, so he's not on the suck list.
Number 2, Greg.
Marte Mapu. I thought this was his best game. He had 2 pass breakups. Was there on the forced, quote-unquote, forced fumble when the Dolphins couldn't execute a handoff, but he was right there in the backfield and took the guy down and caused that fumble that Gonzalez returned for a touchdown. So I thought he was really good in this game.
Antonio Gibson, another guy who, when he was asked to block, was a complete disaster, along with everybody else on the offensive line, particularly the tackles, which we'll get to later. But generally, when he touched the ball, he was okay. Had a nice little reception, good play by May early in the game. So Gibson was okay in this game.
Number 3, Greg.
I considered Christian Gonzalez for this because I did think he was good in this game and did a nice job against Tyreek Hill. But I went with Devon Godchaux. I thought probably the best part of the team on Sunday was their run defense, and this was one of those games, against his former team. He lives in Miami. Godchaux came to play and really controlled the middle of the line, and the Dolphins couldn't really do much of anything in the running game.
Jelani Tavai, same deal. The interior of the defense was actually half decent in this game, but it didn't show up, and it didn't really matter because they got shredded in the pass game.
3 down. Who's your number 1, Greg?
DeMontre Jacobs. Look, he was not good in this game. They could have given him a little help. He basically filled up my negative column in the first half. It was a tough deal for him, but a very tough matchup. And again, I wish the coaches would have concentrated on giving him a little bit more help because that speed matchup against Chop Robinson was just not ideal.
So I know Greg went into more detail on Vederian Lowe, but I would like to lump him and Jacobs together, and I think that heretofore they should be known as the bookends of ineptitude. The 2 tackles, because I really,
not that bad.
They are. They're horrendous. The tackle play on Sunday was absolutely atrocious, particularly on the right side. Greg's right about that. Jacobs was worse than Vederian Lowe, but when you can't line up and they have combined 5 penalties in the first half, and those penalties are killing drives, what's the difference of allowing a sack or committing a penalty? It has the same effect, useless. Again, bookends of ineptitude.
So many bad ones. I've now lost. Are we on the 2nd or the 3rd? I've lost count.
2nd.
Go.
Kyle Duggar. He was absolutely terrible in this game. He was in the mix on all 4 touchdowns. I know he's dealing with an ankle injury and he's battling through for the team, and I understand that, but this isn't what this was about. This was about stuff that we've seen throughout his career where his eyes get in the wrong place, he loses focus for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, there's a bust. And talking to him after the game, he said some of the issues were communication, but this just continues to be a constant problem for this team, especially against the best offenses.
Just so this doesn't come off as piling on, when we did our email exchange yesterday, meaning after the game, I told you I think the safety play on this team stinks. I also had Kyle Duggar second. And I looked it up just out of curiosity on Pro Football Focus. 65 safeties in the NFL in week 2. Kyle Duggar ranked tied for dead last. Atrocious. He was horrible on Sunday. He's a bad pass game player. He always has been. He has terrible instincts in the pass game.
Bad contract, Greg?
Yeah, I didn't love it at the time. He was a guy that I probably, would have let go if I thought I was going to get a comp pick or, do, something, maybe tag and trade. Because I just think, and he's an older prospect. I mean, I think he ended the league at like 24 years old. And so, to this point, he is who he is. He's not really going to change all that much. And I just thought that, he's a good player. He's just never going to be great.
Last one.
Vidarian Lowe, because of the penalties. I will say, in his defense, I thought the hold on the screen was a little bit of a BS call. He had control of the guy, brought him down to the ground because he had control of him, not because, he was out of control. And also, the third false start penalty, when the Dolphins were in the neutral zone, to me, that was on, Ben Brown, and also Michael Wenner was right there. Like, Vidarian Lowe did the right thing. He just did it like 5 seconds too late. Like, he saw the guy in the neutral zone, and he's like, I'm going to move because we're going to get a penalty. Well, he did it too late. Like, why doesn't Ben Brown, the guy comes in, it's right over the ball. Guy comes in the neutral zone, snap the ball. Or Michael Wenning, reach out and touch him, and all of a sudden the Patriots get a penalty against the Dolphins instead of the other way around. It's just another example of them not being on their details.
I went Drake May. Again, Murray, what's your nickname for him now again, Drake May?
Not ready to use it just yet, but 2 a day for May.
Yep.
Ready to go. It's in the chamber.
Yep, there you go. Two turnovers again. Every week it's 2 turnovers. And at some point you got to take the kid gloves off and start calling him for what it is. He's got to be more careful with the football.
And I'm sorry to jump in, but let's pick up Drake May's play, what Greg gave him for a grade, minuses, pluses. Kevin Majori, how many minus plays did you have Drake May for on Sunday? Jimmy's out, so we need your input.
I had him for 11 minus plays.
Okay.
He's in the ballpark.
I'm sure he's got him for minus 11.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.